Okay, quick Tuesday morning radar update. So gap up this morning, gaps as good as filled on the DAX. I think last night's view was maybe inside days today. We've got the DAX is trying to break that already. We're right down there trying to take the lows out on the DAX. Pretty grindy market out there. Let's have a look. We'll quickly just have a look through these. It still amazes me how you know, I won't say right, but you know, that opinion we had on the potential for this to be the top in this market, and it came back up and then down it went. You know, the short-term top in the Bitcoin with the ETF starting, which, you know, is not surprising. TLT just back into the base there. Let's have a look at the 7 to 10 year, just messy. Quick look. In fact, we'll have a look at the yen, because the yen might be, you know, this area here, big band of sort of supply here, might be a resistance area. The yen is not exactly looking strong, is it? It's kind of a bounce in a downtrend. So on the old teeter-totter, it's opposite the stock move, isn't it? But yeah, these things are not a dead cert. Obviously the dollar chart masterpiece, you know, above here bullish, below bearish, and the time it takes for this thing to sort of sort the trend out. You know, we've got short and medium term trends on this rising now. The primary trend is still falling, actually. The longer term trend, I would say, but you know, that could change over the next few months. We will see. Moving on, I'll just jump straight into the volume leaders. The metals are really messy. In fact, the metals kind of, let me just go to the metals. You know, let's just, I mean, you know, this was the nice clean trend on the metals, and now we're just in this choppy, at best, back and fill action, isn't it? You know, I suppose I can just bring up the SPY metals and mining and give you a very obvious, without beating up on retail again. It did seem like retail were getting in very late again. It's always this, you know, when you see retail start to get interested in higher risk mining sort of stocks, it's usually the end of the move. So, you know, don't be that person who follows these themes very late, is probably the best advice I can give on that. If you don't see them in your own screens, you know, I screen for strength. If I don't see them in the screens, it's not there. They're not there at the moment. And also, you know, how long they've been in the screens is another thing. You know, if you saw them a long time ago hit your screens and the move started, and you know, it's had a good move, you know, maybe you're late to the move, is basically what we're trying to say there. So I'll just quickly jump into the volume leaders. There's not much to see. It's 11 o'clock. We should have traded 35% to be on average volume. That would be 55 to be on conviction. And there's not much running today. It's a very slow, quiet market this week so far. Grindy, choppy. Capita's in this big, this is a risky one as well, as we know. Big, horrible sort of bottoming, wide loose bottoming action, potential bottoming action. REITs continue, a few of them in there. Moving on, what did I say, 35%, I put it, the small caps in order of sector. this is what you're getting in a lot of growth stocks, just sideways. I mean, this is awful action, isn't it? But still, the trend is hanging in there. A lot of stocks are just basing out, going sideways. Have a look at Ergo, and it doesn't mean they won't fail. Any of these bases can fail at any time. But there's another one. I know it's a resource stock, but just going sideways forever. And that's a good sign when you see one going sideways, but still the commodity related nature of these things can put a cap in the move anyway. If the commodities aren't moving, it doesn't matter how good the stock is. Sometimes they're just going to commodity related is a pain in the ass. What was resistance becomes support? Maybe. Nobody knows where these things are going. Got nothing on that one. And this one here, yeah, this one is just a loss making. I wish this thing wasn't even listed. Oh, the pump on this thing in this bit of market here was unbelievable. In fact, they pump this one all the time, and it's just awful, isn't it? Awful. Don't hold it against me. Some stocks I wish they'd just delist and get rid of. So my plan is to take some tablets for this migraine, what's coming on. I've got the double vision, and then to get out of the house and away from the screens for a couple of hours. And obviously a lot of jobs behind the scenes getting done while the markets are grinding sideways. Thing of note, starting to see, the activity out there, and the interest in trading and small caps diminish as the market grinds up these latecomers. And this is always when the market is grindy, it's always a good time to be watching the market. I think you learn more from a bad market. This is a grind. It's not a bad market. It's just a grindy market, isn't it? And good markets follow bad markets. Good markets can follow grindy markets as well. It is what it is. So it is a time to be focused, I think, and to get your plan finely tuned. Okay.